desktop is messy. I cannot handle messy desktops.
What desktop?
What? Your computer...
I tried to,
The modem on your computer, that screen is called a desktop, and it's messy.
Well, I tried.
No, you didn't.
I really did.
It didn't.
And when I turned it off and I turned it back on, it went crazy.
You know, that's actually a female stereotype. Messy desktops.
Why? I don't understand. How was that?
It's like the female's desk is clean, but her desktop is messy.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Of course you haven't.
Join us on a stroll through the strange, sometimes frightening, but always intriguing world of the unexplained. Join us as we tiptoe through the darkness with your hosts, Izzy and I'm Bethany.
Izzy is sick.
I gotta be honest with you. Cadbury chocolate eggs, or the
Christmas ones?
Yeah, those are crack, and I'm a crack addict.
Actually, chocolate has the same effect on you as cocaine.
For real?
Or the same addictive properties, I think.
This thing is so good. And one time I was going through the supermarket checkout line, and the lady rang me up, and she goes, "These are so good." And I said, "Oh, I know, I'm so addicted." She goes, "I take a bag of them and put them in my pocket, and as I'm walking around, I just eat them." She says, "I should be 700 pounds. I eat them so much." I'm like, "Oh, crap."
Sometimes I break them up and sniff them up in my nose, and then life is good again.
I had a friend in middle school who used to take the Smarties candy, and she'd crush them up to a fine powder and snort them up her nose.
I'm sure she went far.
She had a rat's tail. I don't know if she did go that far.
Yeah, but it was the 80s. People had rat's tails.
Oh, and another friend that always insisted on getting naked in front of me. Like, not as a flirting or sexual thing, just to change her clothes. And she would, like, just strip them in front of me. I'm like, oh. And so I'd turn around, and man, she was not good on the personal hygiene. That's all I have to say. It smelled.
Okay,
Okay, so anyway, we watched...
well enough for this kind of conversation.
We watched the video of the paranormal happenings around the Chris Watts murder house. And, you remember?
Yes, I saw. You showed me a few videos of the ghost.
Don't air quotes. First off, they don't know you're air quoting. And
well, they do now because you commented on it.
I know you're air quoting, and there was some creepy stuff going on in there.
I thought the sound of my voice made it very clear that I'm air quoting it.
So
my tone.
You didn't buy any of it?
No.
Not even the little kids or the voices that this was our home? None of that?
No.
It was all police body cam. It's not like it was faked or messed with.
Alright, so there's a part of me that is resistant to children ghosts. Because I don't want to think that a child dies, they're trapped in an either world for eternity, disconnected from the rest of the world and anyone who loves them.
But we don't know that that's not what everybody goes through. And it doesn't matter if you're a child
so
or an adult.
I would rather think if I was going to accept it at all, I would accept it as like an imprint haunting and not an actual ghost.
So, in the room, because whatever it was said repeatedly or done repeatedly, it's made an imprint on the environment.
It's not a repeated thing, it's just the heightened emotion of the moment. Where did he kill him?
In the house.
So it could have been that.
He claims, and I don't know if he's changed his story, but he claimed that he walked in and he saw her, and she was like 5 months pregnant maybe. Uh-huh. He caught her strangling the girls. One of the girls, I think. So he got flipped out and he strangled her until she was dead.
Okay, so you know what bothers me most about this murder? Is his mistress's phone call. She sounds like an adult trying to be a little girl.
Oh, there's
even
so much.
That giggle is creepy. Yeah, I'm not so sure that she didn't kill his family.
Okay, here's the thing.
Because she sounds like the female Joker. Not Harley Quinn, but an actual Joker female.
You gotta go and watch the documentary about it because she does a lot of, crazy stuff. And so that involves him, and it's crazy. You should watch the documentary.
She sounds crazy. That giggle was an insane giggle. That was not a healthy giggle.
Well, he's gross too. I mean, come on. They're just it's just disgusting. Anyway, but we're not here to discuss that.
No, we are going to talk about Christmas and Christmas magic.
You know what Christmas magic is? Not letting your 4 or 5-year-old get close to the Christmas tree when she has a blanket. Because you'll be sitting there innocently watching a Christmas program and you'll hear rapping or wrestling. And you'll be like looking around like, what is that? And the only thing there is the tree and a blanket and something's moving under that blanket.
This is going to be one of those episodes, isn't it? where I'm constantly trying to
And so
veer you back to the
you
side
go
of the other hand.
and you lift the blanket up, and there is this evil satanic little Izzy opening your Rainbow Bright doll under the blanket. Because she's already got one open, so now she's opening two. And she didn't get two that year. One was mine!
You're happily married, and I'm alone, so I think I got mine in the end. You can
right.
let it go.
Don't open a bitch's Rainbow Bride! You can edit that all out.
I am too sick for this. Okay. So, I've been playing the game Darkest Dungeon.
What is that?
And it's one of those games where it's really fun, but it makes your nerves, bunch up.
Did you ever play?
Because it's very difficult. It's one where you're just, constantly dying. Or I'm at least constantly dying on it. And I'm like, oh,
okay,
can't get anywhere on this.
Remember in Fallout 4, the haunted house?
Yeah.
That was... I've played a lot of horror-based video games. That was well done. That wasn't supposed to be, but it was. That was scary. I was like, well done. That truly scared. It helped that I was playing it late at night. But still, so is it like that?
No.
Oh, so it's not.
No, it's nothing like that.
Wow. Sell it, Shanna.
you get to go on campaigns with 4 people you pick. And they can lose sanity, and they can lose health. And some of the enemies they meet... Alright, if you walk across and you come across a box, it could be a trap that could take their sanity, or it can damage them.
What's the bad guys? Are they ghosts?
Lovecraftian monsters. It could be anything from pigmen to...
Pigmen, huh?
Squid-like things to... just, a murderer. Nice. It could be, what's his name? Mike Watts?
Chris Watts.
Chris Watts.
Yeah.
It's just Chris Watts.
He's pretty sad.
Okay, so can we go back to the subject?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so, you know what I've always found more fascinating than Santa in Christmas? The North Pole. And the whole idea that there's these Christmas people all year long who live in this wonderful Christmas town.
So elves.
My people. Mm. Okay, so I found the real Christmas people. And their story is kind of messed up. The Saami, which we are related to. I mean, anyone who has family from Norway, Finland, Sweden, they got some Saami in them. Because these are the old, ancient, indigenous people of that place.
Okay.
So, should I go through their magic?
Yeah.
Or should I talk about the tragedy?
Do their magic first.
Okay. So, a lot of them, and this is part of the tragedy, have been forced into the mountains. They used to be, they were Saami of the seas, they were tribes of, the land, the forest, and then the mountains. But they were basically, and a large part is because Christianity came in, and it made it illegal for them to practice their religion, so they pushed them into the mountains.
Are they like, the Celts? Is it a violent religion?
No. Honestly, when I was looking at their magic, it was, a religious belief. It's more shamanistic. I keep saying magic, because I like the word. Magic! But it's very shamanistic. It's also very similar to voodoo, where there's spirits, and you're asking spirits for help.
Oh, okay.
So, and one of their major tools, which was illegal to own, and there's very limited of them to find today, is the drum. So, the drum would have 3 layers painted on the top of it, which would symbolize the upper world, the middle world, and the lower world. The upper world would be the realm of the gods and light spirits. The middle world is, us. And
Earth.
Yeah. Well, it's more the spiritual side of Earth.
Okay.
And the lower would be the realm of power animals, ancestral spirits, dead people, and so gods of the dead
or
people.
They didn't have any.
No, it's just like the underworld.
Okay.
And they would have this drum, and on this drum would be like a metal bracelet with charms on it. And the charms were pointers. So that when they go into a trance, and then on the last beat where those pointers landed, it would tell them what the future's going to hold.
So it's like reading runes.
It's like a Ouija board, actually. And,
okay.
Yeah, there was runes on it.
Oh, okay. So I'm looking up Saami drum.
Yeah.
Oh,
these are pretty cool.
Yeah. I see. Okay.
So
yeah, it's got a bunch of runes and stuff on it. So.
This drum was medicinal. They would go into a trance to ask spirits to come and heal somebody. It was also used for fortune telling, like a...
Shit, they're huge.
Yeah.
They're like
Ouija
the size
boards.
of a dude.
Yeah, you see the charms that are hanging off of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are all, like, earned charms.
Dude, he's dressed up like he's a gnome. Look at the shoes.
I tell you, the Saami people are Christmas people!
Okay.
I don't get why they've been hated on for so long.
Wow.
Yes. So this is pretty cool. And it was also used for their religious beliefs, connecting with their dead. Because they believe that the dead are with us always, in their own ether world with us, and that communing with them was even polite.
Really?
So Christianity, obviously, when it came into this, did not like that.
Oh, dude! They totally dress like elves, man.
They do!
I'm
right?
not being disrespectful.
Their colors are red,
Colorful.
blue, and white, and their the main color would be the color of the clan. So if you see them and they're wearing mostly blue with red accents, then their clan color is blue.
Oh, they're awesome.
Oh, you should see one of their weddings. It's so nice.
Oh, yeah. I see that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And these people herd reindeer. They drink reindeer milk. These reindeer are very much part of their family.
Wow.
I love these people, alright? Right?
Yeah. And plus they look like Campbell Soup kids, most of them, so we would fit right in.
Yeah, we have Norwegian in us. So it's very likely that we would.
Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, look at it. They're racing with the reindeer.
Yeah.
Alright, that's cool. Alright. Okay, so tell me about them.
Okay. Now, I know there's also another magic of Norway and Sweden and Finland, and I'm not sure if it's connected with the Saami.
Dude,
because
that looks like a double-headed penis. Look at ball sack and look at the penis.
This is Bethany looking at a map.
Oh my god.
She will see things in anything.
I'm not seeing
anyway.
things. Really? Okay, go on.
Okay. So, but they have a magic called Trolldom.
What?
Trolldom. It's like the kingdom of trolls.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's an awesome.
Wait a minute. Isn't this over there where, if they're building roads, they'll stop because they think it's the kingdom of the trolls or the elves, and they'll go around?
Yeah, there's a lot of that over there.
Okay.
So they do believe in mystical beings.
That's mainstream, though. The mainstream over there, they believe in.
Yeah, like their gnomes and such are called Holdras.
Okay, great.
The Holdras, which were the hidden ones, the hidden people. And, so it kind of, and if you looked into their hidden ones, they were a lot like X-Men mutants. They were like different colors, different sizes, different powers, different things. So if you crossed one, you just been polite to one because you didn't know if this one was an ass or was nice.
So the way the people treated them, or the way that the Native Americans in America were treated.
Okay, so this is going into the tragedy, and I really did want to get into this.
Okay, go.
Okay, so
I'm interested in this topic.
Because, yes, it was very much like the Native Americans were treated, where they were pushed back. So I'm going to read this, and this is from politicalforum.com on the Sweden's Forgotten Saami Genocide.
Oh.
The oppression policies of Sweden against Saami were proved and accepted. A heavy assimilation policy until 1990s by Sweden didn't allow Saami people to have peace.
What? Stop. 1990?
Yeah. Oh no, this is a secret thing. No one knows about this.
1990?
Finland, Norway, and Sweden have all really been pushing against these people for a very long time, and they've been campaigning, for some rights, for, just to have their dead returned to their grave.
What the hell, Sweden?
Things like that. No, all of them.
What the hell, all of you guys?
It's hidden. These people don't have computers. They don't have any access of way of... So there's a big campaign about returning them their rights as humans. Okay, so where was I?
1990.
Sweden didn't allow Sami people to have peace. Their native language, beliefs were banned, and they were forced to convert to Christianity. The newborn babies were getting blessed, again secretly at home, according to shaman traditions, after they get baptized by force at the churches. Especially after 1920, to prevent population exchange, more than 60,000 Sami were sterilized. More than 90% of these were women.
What? In 1990? What the hell, guys? I mean, for real.
60,000 of these people were sterilized. That means there was a very large majority of them. Okay. And they are treating them like they're not
human. I have to calm down because it makes the dogs bark when I get real pissed.
I heard that.
But that pisses me off. What the hell? This is shit that you expect to hear from back maybe the 50s, 60s, or 70s. The 90s? Are you shitting? Okay, go on.
one of the most irreconcilable... I am so sick, I'm sorry. Irreconcilable elements of the Saami's worldview from the missionaries. I can't pronounce this word. Of the missionaries' perspective was the notion that the living and departed were regarded as two halves of the same family. So this is like the biggest thing was how they treated their dead and their dead spirits. Which is such a small thing to be...
Did they eat dead bodies?
No.
Did they do something disgusting with a dead body?
No, honestly, it's no different than most Americans who, light a candle for their family members, for the dead.
Are you... Okay, go on. I'm getting mad.
Yeah, right? And this isn't just Sweden. They've been fighting very long for their rights as humans.
Okay, hold up one second.
And here's the thing. Okay, so here is a conspiracy. I'm not sure it's true, but apparently... one of the biggest reasons they're trying to get rid of these people is because their land has a lot of natural reserves. Oil.
Well, you just nailed the nail on the head right there.
So, I mean, I haven't seen anything that's concrete on that. It's a conspiracy theory, but it sounds like a legitimate one.
Oh, totally legit. You don't have to say any more. That one right there. I mean, the only other thing is if they, there's nothing, it's right there. There's something they have that they want, so they're going to devastate these people and take what they have.
So there are a lot of places online that could use your support on, keeping these people alive, helping them get their rights back.
Please do that. That's fucked up. 1990. That shit is not okay.
Sterilizing people without...
That's Nazi shit.
Commit.
That's Nazis. Nazis did that shit.
And just because they like to talk to their dead. That's just messed up.
That pisses me off. You know what? That really pisses me off. It's like, don't do that shit.
Right?
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And look at these people! They're happy people! They're peaceful people. They're not starting wars with anyone. They're not, going in and raiding people.
They just want to be left the hell alone.
Right?
Good for them. Dude, that's sick. And look at this dude. Look at them. They're stealing their culture and all their shit. Who is this? Who's this designer? I'm going to call this designer out. It's pissing me off now. Who the fuck did that? Trying to stop the exploitation.
I'm actually not against this, and here's why. Yes, it seems exploitative, and it's not cool, but it's also drawing attention to them and their problems.
Oh, no. Fashion label KTZ copied almost 100-year-old sacred Inuit design belonging to a shaman. That's
Inuit.
Messed up.
That's Inuit.
I don't care if it's Inuit.
But
you shouldn't be doing that shit.
Alright, that's true.
That's not
totally
the same.
True.
That's not the same as having an earring with a symbol on it because you like the culture. You're like, that, they're using that for, and plus, look what they did. I'd be pissed if I was that Inuit. That is an ugly ass shirt that they made. And they took your sacred design and they're just trying to make money off of it.
Actually,
by putting
it looks
some
like
little tool
it's not
in it.
ugly. I mean, it's a complete duplicate of it.
For what? This guy, look, he's wearing a bowler hat.
Okay, yeah, the bowler hat's stupid and the guy's stupid.
Okay, that just makes me really mad. So Saami people out there, should any Saami person be listening to this, I totally got your back. Not that it's worth much, but that's messed up.
Well, it is, because any attention that we draw to their plight is better.
Oh, that's messed up. What happened to just let people be? Let them be. They're not hurting anybody.
And these people are dressed like elves.
Yeah,
how do you hate on people that dress like elves?
Dude, not that we're saying anything bad. It's you guys' outfits are amazing.
It's not like they're wearing skulls. Like these are.
Even then, go for it. They should be left alone.
Oh no, I 100% agree. Like that tribe. Do you remember that tribe where that wealthy missionary was trying to reach them, and they've been cut off from society forever? And they killed him the moment he landed.
Oh, yeah. It's like, leave them alone.
Yeah, they want to be left alone, dude. Leave them alone. You don't have the right to push your beliefs on anyone.
No. Okay, side note. Why? Okay, so let's just take this from a Christian's point of view. Isn't the whole Christianity is that you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, right?
Mm-hmm.
You willingly accept it. So, if you force your religion on people, you're not saving anybody. Aren't you just damning them to hell because they didn't ask for it and they didn't want it?
Yeah.
So why would they do something like that?
And honestly, I've always heard that if you give them a bad idea of Christianity, that makes your sin 10 times worse.
good.
And
You deserve to get
And I think a lot of Christians ignore that, because
if
they
you're doing that
try.
shit, you deserve a pitchfork up the ass. You do not do that kind of stuff. Because all you're doing is turning people that maybe they wanted to become a Christian, maybe they didn't, but you're turning people against other people. You just, in a human level, live and let live.
Exactly.
If somebody wants to be a different religion, that doesn't mean that they're your enemy. That doesn't mean they're going to go out and eat your children and, wear your dogs on their heads. I don't know.
So, and did you know that Etsy has a bunch of their handmade crafts?
That stole or they're selling?
They're selling.
Oh, awesome. Okay, well, go to Etsy. I love Etsy.
It's like Douja. I don't know how I'm pronouncing it right. You'll have to look it up. Douji, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. Go to Etsy. Support these people.
Hey, editing
cool.
your dogs are impossible. Why don't you let them out?
No, they'll look at the kids over there. It's because the kids are outside playing. Dude, look at this. This is pretty cool, man. I like the dolls and stuff you can buy. That's awesome. Oh, yeah. From Finland. Go and support these people, buy their crafts, and help them out because that's fucked up. And it's 2019. Nobody should be prosecuted like this shit. They were prosecuting people in the Middle East and we supposedly went to war because of it. What the hell?
And nowadays, their religion is kind of like a lot like voodoo, where it has mingled with the religions around them. So there's a lot of Christian elements now. Most of them are Christian with shamans.
Dude, that's just messed up. You should let these people live the way they want to live. They're not hurting anybody. They're happy. They have a beautiful culture. You should embrace their culture.
Maybe someone should start like a Patreon for them.
I mean, something. I think more people need to start talking about...
This is the season. Help the Christmas people.
This is like that chick that went to Africa. Well, this is nothing like this, but I just thought of this one.
Okay.
Have you heard of this chick? She went to Africa. She was a missionary, and I'm air quoting right now.
Oh, is she the one that pretended to be a
doctor? Yeah, and she's killing babies at a horrendous rate over there because she ain't a doctor.
If ever there's someone who is bound to hell,
she's got no education in child development. She has no. I mean, she hasn't even gone to any kind of class for it. She goes over there and she's preaching the ways of how to raise your baby to these people. I'm like, what are you doing? She's causing way more harm. I implore anyone who's interested in what I was just talking about to go and listen to Behind the Bastards. And they have a program solely on her. It's really well done.
Do you have her name? Because I want people to know and hate her. Oh.
Girl pretending to be a doctor in Africa.
Okay, I found it.
White savior. Here it is. She's got that white savior thing. That's it. Renee Bach. Renee Bach. Okay? Listen to me.
I hope she gets prison time for this.
This angers me quite a bit. You don't
know what? You know what they should do? Is just tell the moms who lost their children who's responsible for it, and then turn your back and let them decide what happens to this woman.
And how dare she do this under the name of God, Christianity?
Well, it's not new there.
No, but it pisses me off.
See, I hate missionaries. I do. Especially nowadays. They don't serve a purpose. They're not making life better.
No.
But they've always claimed to. And then you find out years later the atrocities where they separated children from their parents and forced them to take on Christian names and forced them to take on Christian educations and to ignore their culture and shit. I hate that.
That angers me so much. Maybe it's because I'm a mother and I can't imagine somebody coming in and saying, oh, everything you believe is wrong. You're going to go to hell. Can't help you, but we're going to take your child and save your child. Do you know how I completely understand? I'm not saying that bloodshed and war is good, but I completely understand why people have rebelled and fought against that stuff, because I would.
My righteous indignation button is a little higher than yours, but it totally hits it.
Oh,
that just pisses me off.
Mad about stuff like that. But and this is a different subject and a different people, but It just made me think of this chick, Renee
Yeah,
Bach.
but it's the same situation.
Supposedly! Let's say supposedly, because, she's not been, but...
People with authority going into these indigenous people, these people who have no money and no power in their own countries, and taking advantage of them.
Yes.
So she could have a savior complex.
They're not unintelligent. There's nothing wrong with them. They just needed some help. They've had war, whatever they need. They don't need some uneducated white woman coming over there telling them what they're doing is wrong and then killing their children.
Oh, God.
It angers me
off.
Okay, so, thank you for making me mad. This has been an
right?
amazing Christmas
Merry
episode.
Christmas!
I'm super, super angry right now because that's not acceptable. So, do you have anything else about the Saamis?
That was it. I mean, going into their religion, it is so in-depth. And like I said, we are having technical difficulties, so I can't pull up all my notes.
Yeah. Frozen 2 supposedly has... I haven't seen Frozen 2 yet.
Oh, this is great! Frozen 2 is actually, they're putting their movie out there in theaters in the original Saami language. In the most common of the Saami languages. Because it's like tribes, so they all have different ones, but the most common one. And Disney is playing it in theaters there.
Oh,
in that
that's
language
beautiful.
For them.
Well, you know what, Disney, you've done something right. I know you've done a lot wrong, but this you've done right. That's...
No, Disney. We love you. Our Disney overlords will not be hated on.
But...
We bow before you, Disney.
That I don't like people being repressed. I don't like governments coming in and taking what belongs to a people because they want it.
You're taking an edgy stand there.
It irks me something fierce about, I recently was listening, maybe about 2 months ago, I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about there is a Native American tribe that are millionaires.
Yeah, I've heard of them too.
Have you heard of them? And I'm like...
It was like a shady deal that actually turned in their favor.
Yes, the land that they told them they have to be in, and that land turned out to have oil on it or something.
Yeah.
They became extremely wealthy, and
there's only like a few people left in that tribe, but they were all very wealthy.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, that seems fair.
Yeah,
That one time something works out. I don't know. I'm very.
It would be great if the Saami were to be able to do that themselves. Like, find out if there is oil on their land and start using it to their advantage.
I am well aware that we are not very eloquent with what we say. We mispronounce a lot of things. So please, anyone listening to this, go look up about Saami's.
Saami or Sami.
That either way, we'll pull it up online. And, go and shop at their stores on Etsy. Give them a hand and support them because they're being done wrong. It's almost, it angers me the same way the pipeline angered me, the same way they wanted to build that telescope in Hawaii. We have to draw a line somewhere and say, no, you're not going to do this. You're not allowed to do this. We won't let you. That's the one thing that little girl with the braids that's telling everybody about, climate control. That's one thing she does have. You need to stop.
Okay, there's this weird thing popping up with her.
Yeah.
Where she looks identical to this woman, this young woman that lived.
Yeah.
And she's reincarnated. And you know what? I hope
she looks just like the picture they have of her. She's got the same facial expression as the chick in the picture.
Yes,
but they did that with John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, and Keanu Reeves. They've got that's a bunch of actors where they're like, oh, they lived years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. So anyway,
so I wanted to hit this as a Christmas subject.
Well, what's a Christmas subject?
And now we hit the Christmas people. Do you want to talk about the nisse?
Yeah, might as well. I had looked that up.
So who else recently did it? And you were all, well, they took it. But this is good because we could, if someone listens to them, they might be more interested and come to us. And we can draw attention to them. No one just listens to one podcast.
Oh, I'm not talking shit because I love this podcast. It's stuff you missed in history class.
It is a good one. I love listening to them.
It's their episode Krampus and Friends Holiday Special Part 4 they recently put out. I love that show. But yeah, I was going to talk about those creatures, and
And then Nessie are really interesting.
they did an episode about it. So
I love tomtes, which is the Swedish gnomes, which is the same thing as the Nessie. I have tomtes all over my house. They're just a pointy hat and a beard.
yeah, those things are cute.
They are adorable. They sell little ornaments of those. I wanted to get a bunch of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for your tree.
Wow.
Just
Christmas
fill my tree
gift.
with Nessies.
I wanted to fill my tree with, like, Bigfoots, too.
You know, screw Elf on the Shelf.
I hate Elf on the Shelf.
Nessie is where it's at.
Oh.
Give a Nessie to your family today. For
Well,
Christmas.
explain what they are.
Oh, well, basically, they're like elves. They're small,
Mm-hmm.
they're helpful, and sometimes they are mischievous.
You don't want to piss them off. They'll kill your livestock.
I've also heard ones where they get attached to a family, and they'll give you a warning if someone's going to be sick or die.
Ooh, that's cool.
So, and not like a banshee where it's like, ooh, someone you love is going to die.
Ooh.
This is a warning, so you can prevent it.
Side note.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the Dakota Building in New York?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Explain.
The Dakota Building. If you've ever seen Rosemary's Baby,
Yes.
they use the outside of the Dakota Building.
Sorry, we always forget that the listeners don't know what we're talking about.
I forget that we're talking for other people. So, the Dakota Building is also where John Lennon was assassinated. He was killed.
Wasn't he? Yeah, he died the same year I was born. Right?
1980.
Yeah.
He was, he was...
I could be John Lennon reincarnated.
No, you really couldn't. No.
He decided
Mm-hmm.
instead he wanted to be a short female. It's like,
Anyway, so it's a famous building, but it's a beautiful building. And I was watching this show about it on YouTube of all the creepy, mysterious things that happen. And anyway, there's supposed to be this little girl that when she shows up, something tragic will happen of someone in the building. And when you said that, it just made me think of that. So, side night over. Go back over with your story.
So, I believe tend to be...
Oh, side note. This morning, I watched this animal expert going over movies like Anaconda and Jaws and Shallows. You guys got to check this out. It's really good. Okay, side note over. Go on. What?
I'm getting nervous now to start.
Go ahead. Things pop into my head. I'm just...
Okay, so they're shapeshifters and they can be tricksters. But they're actually beneficial. So, I don't know how they ended up being associated with Santa and becoming the elves. Because it's clear that the elves are tomtes or Nessies.
That's because they look, I think, okay, it's like Santa Claus. What we think of Santa Claus now is because of Coca-Cola.
Well, actually, maybe because I know that Krampus and what was the other kid, the little... No, the really racist black gnome.
Oh, Black Peter.
Black Peter?
Black Peter.
I think they actually came from good versions of them.
Well, there's...
Or maybe the Black Peter came from... Gosh, Black Peter just bugs me.
Well, okay. Yeah, but I don't think it was meant as...
I don't think it was either. It's like, okay, so, do you know the Knight on Bold Mountain?
Yeah.
The god that is represented there, he's not the devil, he is a god. And there was he had a brother of light, and he was the brother of darkness. He wasn't necessarily evil, he was just the dark brother.
Why do they have a bunch of gobbles and
because that's the Christian interpretation.
Oh.
One was like a day, one was a night. And being the black one wasn't necessarily meaning it as a race as much as temperament.
Okay.
So maybe it was like that, because he was the one who he was called black because he was the one getting out the coal.
I don't know, but it could also be that,
And if you mess with coal, you get black all over.
Here's the thing. Just because it was acceptable, in ages gone by,
it could have been just totally racist.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's acceptable now. And you gotta let go of the past.
Of
because
course.
You're supposed to grow. And I'd like to think that we can grow and we can become better than what we were in the past.
America's had a tough history, but we're also a very young country. And you go into the older countries, they've all had really...
We are very young.
Dark histories,
but I like to think that we're learning our lessons quicker than other countries have.
And I think that a lot of that is because we're a melting pot. You have to accept each other, because there's no way we're...
Look, I like being a melting pot. I like that we have
I do, too.
people from all cultures.
But it makes our language totally fucked up.
Well, it does. I don't... You can't just say,
American English is a very messed up...
Hey, don't forget that they wanted to make the official language of the United States of America German. Don't ever forget that. That was in the vote. It only lost by a few votes. In fact, I was listening to Hardcore History, and Dan Carnan. Anyway, he was on there. He was talking about that during World War I, the government, since we had such a huge population of German Americans in this country, they made it very clear that we were not fighting against the German people. We were fighting against the German government, not the people. And they made a big deal about emphasizing that because, we had such a vast amount of German Americans here, so I don't know. I guess I try to look at things in a positive light as much as possible. So, I hope that, I don't know, tell me something that'll make me happy. Put me in a better mood.
So this year, we should leave out treats and alcohol, preferably rum, out for the tomtes, not for Fat Santa, but the tomtes. And not just so that we thank them for bringing Christmas cheer into our house, but to keep the little bastards from destroying the tree.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's kind of. Have you played Sims 4?
No.
They've got the gnomes.
I've been playing Darkest Dungeon, and my nerves are all messed up from it.
They have those gnomes in Sims 4, and when it comes to the holidays, you have to appease them and give them gifts, or they'll break shit in your sim house. Okay, so we're going to do, it's going to be a little bit shorter this week because we had some technical difficulties and my husband needs to fix the printer because I want to take a baseball bat to it. So, I think we're good. I like this. I kind of like little sprinkling in the little mini ones every now and again.
Yes.
And we didn't fight. Hey, look at that!
Yeah, we did it!
I turned my anger towards people that were not you, and I think that's pretty cool. Yay me.
Okay.
So, it's been great. I'm glad everybody tuned in, and I'm your host, Bethany.
And I'm Izzy.
And we hope that you'll come and join us next week.
Yes, for a longer episode, hopefully.
Yes, hopefully. Wah, ah, ah, ah. Wah, ah, ah.